Hey guys, welcome to this channel. Today we're gonna discuss the movie The Duff. I know The Duff has a book too, but I read it many years ago, so I feel like I'm not gonna even try to talk about the book without rereading it again. But what I can do is talk about the movie because I rewatched it recently and I watched it about 4 times as of now. And each time I relate to something new and something different. That's why today we're gonna discuss The Duff because I'm be having some feels, yo. Yeah. So I just want to start with overall it's a great movie. If you haven't watched it, please go and watch it. If you're into that kind of like high school kind of drama thing, you can check it out. And it is a fun movie to watch with friends or alone if you got really nothing to do, like you're really bored, and you're just maybe like over dinner or over lunch, or I don't know, you can watch it anytime you want. Let's get right to it. One of my favorite concepts in the movie is just the concept of being a duff. Like right at the beginning of the movie, Wes comes in and he accuses, or rather he explains to Bianca this concept of duff and how Bianca is the duff. And what I liked about it is that he kind of emphasizes that the duff doesn't have to be ugly or fat.
Look, I didn't mean it like that, all right? The Duff doesn't always have to be some heinous beast, all right? Duff doesn't actually have to be fat or ugly.
And I think just putting across the concept makes it a lot more relatable to a lot of people, because maybe I like to think this way, but I feel like many people around me don't actually look at themselves and go like, I'm very unattractive, I'm ugly, Most people think of them as like average, if not good looking. I definitely think I'm like so good looking. But I feel everyone at that point of time during the movie question yourself like, am I a duff in my friendship group? I definitely did. And when I watched the movie for the first time when I was when I was an actual teenager, like maybe 16, 18, I was like, I'm not a duff. That was my conclusion. Like, no. We are all equals. There is no duff in my clique. Because it was like, okay, if I'm not a duff, who is the duff?
And if you don't know who it is, chances are it's you.
Because the movie ends off on the concept that every friendship group has a duff, or everyone has a duff, and everyone has someone that is their duff. Yeah. Watching again now, I can sort of relate to the concept of duff maybe a bit better. I'm not saying that like I feel like I started feeling like a duff in my own group, but I feel as a group, as we grew up and our differences and similarities became more apparent, it's easy, like I can totally imagine me being the duff, but I of course don't feel like the duff because my self-esteem is just too high. And another thing I really like about the movie is everyone has insecurities, but they're also seemingly confident people. So let's look at Bianca. She's very confident in who she was before the concept of Duff was thrown to her. Like before she knew what a duff was, or that she was a duff for her two best friends, she was totally happy with like flying under the radar. She probably thought it was weird that she was invisible for even teachers.
Buenos días, Jess y Casey.
Buenos días, señor Gomez.
Nos vemos en el tercer periodo, el mejor periodo.
Que el tercer periodo derrote y beba la sangre de todas las demás clases. ¿Sí?
Okay.
It wasn't like something that she was upset and like reflecting over every night, but which makes her confident because she's very confident in her own skin, in her likes. She never felt a need to change, and she had friends without needing to change who she was, so she was okay. But the moment like Wes told her, you are the duff, you can see her insecurity seeping through. She's like, wait, I am actually like lower than my friends. This is why they want to be friends with me. And that's her real insecurity speaking.
Our entire friendship was a sham, and everyone knew but me.
And for me, that was also a moment of like, maybe deep down she always felt that way, but she maybe covered it up with like, no, my friends are really nice. And when someone picked that up, like picked her insecurity and threw it back in her face, like, how can you say you don't know you're the duff? You're obviously one. And she's like, wait, it's not just me. Everyone is saying that same thing that I saw myself, but I kind of blinded myself to it. And that's what makes it scarier.
Because it makes sense. I mean, why else would two super hot, popular girls want to be friends with somebody like me, okay? It's because you're using me to make yourselves look better.
So it's that layer of like someone who's very confident also has insecurity, and I feel like that's a recurring theme with most of the main characters. So we take Wes. He's very, very confident in his looks and like his football, like his school life, you know, he's the popular kid. He's so in his zone. He even knew who his Duff was, you know. That's how confident like he is. He definitely didn't see himself as a Duff. But as we go throughout the movie, we see like small insecurities of his peep up. Especially towards the end of the movie, or when he's talking about his family stuff, that's when kind of like he gets more raw and vulnerable, and that's all underneath his confidence. And I mean, next look at Madison, you know, someone that I think everyone hates, but I love her for like how shameless she is. But then again, she's very, very confident in the whole like popular kid thing. She's kind of like a girl West that we never saw a vulnerable side to, but we can see it in small things towards the end. Or maybe I'm making this up because I make things up. But in the movie, we see her as someone who's very confident. Like, she knows she's gonna win like prom queen. And
Miss Madison Morgan. Congratulations, man.
I knew it was me.
Keep it to yourself.
she knows that she's the prettiest girl in town. She knows she's gonna make it big as a YouTuber. She's always vlogging. But also towards the end, you know that second where like she's standing on stage and prom king is Wes and he's like not coming up, and then that's where we see her kind of falter for a moment. It's like, dude, you gotta come up. Like, what are you doing there? Like, come up kind of moment. And I feel that's where we kind of get like a crack. Of course, the movie is meant to be very, very simple. We're not supposed to unravel layers into their characters, but I feel even someone who was seemingly two-dimensional, which is the reason why the character Madison got a lot of hate, right? That she was very two-dimensional. But even her, I feel like we saw her crack through her insecurity, and she was so confident in like her vlogging and her beauty that whenever that was threatened, like when the most good-looking guy in school, Wes, didn't show, like, was showing interest to someone that she thought was a Duff, in her head that was like, that became an insecurity. She's like, wait, am I not good-looking enough? Like, whatever she drew confidence from became an insecurity. And I really like that whole dual nature of things where like people are not always confident or always insecure, and that kind of reflects everyone at that age, or even whenever, where like everyone has this dual thing of like, we are all very confident, but we also have our insecurities that can come up in certain situations. So one of the biggest things in this movie for me was friendship, because between the trio, one of those things, especially because I'm a huge sucker for friendship. The first time I teared up when I watched the movie was the most recent time I watched it, and that was when like the friends had a breakup, right? And it started off very, very comically. Like, you see Bianca going into the library and she's in her pajamas. Okay, side note, I really love that scene where she goes to school in pajamas. I would definitely do that one day. I mean, I pretty much have, because I stay on campus and I probably show up to class what would be my like sleeping clothes too, but okay, we will keep that aside. And it started off like very, very, like the scene starts off really normal, like her just hanging out.
Hey, B, will you take a look at my fashion piece? I need a layman's opinion. You're aware I'm a woman, right? What? Oh, no, layman, it's just a phrase. I just mean you're not a fashion expert.
Oh, so I have bad style?
Suddenly she kind of burst out. The trigger to her realizing she's a Duff and accepting it, that's that moment where she's like, oh, you're asking me to give you tips on your fashion essay because I'm not like a girl, right? Like, I don't talk about these things, right? And that's when we kind of see her like fully crack, for her go like, oof, yes, she has accepted that she's a Duff, you know? Like, she's kind of taken the fact and been like, she finally saw it. She finally saw the signs that she missed earlier. And it's done in a very comical way, but the breakup to me was really sad. I always get really sad when like close friends break up, even in movies or books. It's especially sad when it's like a friendship that cannot be repaired again. But this one can. Obviously, it's a feel-good movie. Okay, you're not meant to have long-lasting emotional impact. So they eventually do get together in the end, but I kind of teared when they got back together. But what I really respected about the friendship is that even though they kind of had a falling out, and that was because Bianca pushed them away, they never kind of left. Like with the whole cyberbullying thing, the two of them had her back without her knowing. The coder chick kind of hacked the internet to delete all traces of the video, and the other girl, I mean, I don't think she did anything tangible, but you know that they were fighting for her and with her by her side, even though they weren't like a friend, and that really touched my heart. I'm so sappy, yes I am. Yes, the last thing that I wanted to bring up was Wesley wrong with sharing the rock with that rock, the special place Bianca introduced Wesley to? Was he wrong to bring Madison there? That's my question, and my answer is yes, because even though she kind of shared the space with him and he had the right to bring whoever he wanted, but there was that common understanding that it was their place. It wasn't like you can bring whoever you want. And it was obviously like a sentimental place for her, and I feel like he was just being stupid. No. You do wrong, boy. I think that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed listening to me yap about Duff, a feel-good movie. I would do more books and more movies in the future, stuff that I really like. And do let me know if you have any particular books or movies that you would like me to check out. And see you in the next one. Bye. Yes. So I think it's falling again. Okay. Anyway, I'm coming to the end of this ratchet video. So be over soon. Yeah, so my camera keeps falling down. I hope this video finishes soon.